The Republic of Tobuck, rather than being a nation, is a state and a city that filled with chaos and sins. Different cultures and races are spreading all over the place. Warlords and bandits are making death day and night. Every citizen knows the Republic is wanted by no one. Tobuck is a blank slate, for there's no place to describe the future. However, for those who once owned this city, Tobuck is not always like this. In the ancient time, it was the Egyptians who firstly built the city of Tobuck on the seashores. The Egyptian kingdom took this bustling port city as their entrance to the northern Zebrica, until their kingdom collapsed in the early 1st century after Luna's banishment. After the decline of the Egyptian kingdom, Zebras of Arzina found the opportunity to occupy the Egyptian colonies. While Tobuck had fallen under the hooves of Arzina, this area was never fully suppressed and integrated. Thus, the Zamal of Arzina had created a ruling title called the Custodian of Tobuck to help them run this trading port. And for many centuries, the city of Tobuck was always the custodianship of Arzina, until they encountered the same situation as the Egyptians. In the desert of Bukhara, the tribes of Imazib had swept over the region under the command of Mekyord of the Atagon tribe. These nomadic tribes were divided and powerless, but when they became one united state of Zarantia in 961, the Queen of Desert, Mekyord Atagon, was able to defeat the powerful Varzina kingdom. As a former Varzinan custodian province, the Tobuckians didn't have a good impression on their former master, and so when the Agulid of Zarantia came and liberated them in 961, they embraced her as their savior, and the city was now Mekyord's. And for this time, the port city of Tobuck was finally flourished. As the jewel of Zarantia, this coastal trading center had industrialized in a short period and was ready to take Zarantia into the modern world. But all of this brightness came to an end in 1005. The Storm King and his legions invaded and destroyed Zarantia, driving the Imazib tribes back to the desert again and taking over the city of Tobuck. Though Mekyord vowed she would return, the Queen of Desert had to abandon Tobuck and fled to the city of Akzat in the desert. The Storm King took Tobuck as a supply hub for his invasion of Equestria. The Yetis had turned Tobuck into a huge arsenal. Tons of weapons were piled everywhere, attracting gun traffickers and military despots to serve and make deals with the Yeti legions. But before all of those weapons being put into war, Storm King was defeated and his kingdom collapsed all of a sudden. Without one leader, the Yetis retreated in 1006, leaving Tobuck for local warlords to control. The warlords had taken over the weapon stockpiles left by the Storm King and used them to fortify their control over Tobuck. To cover their filthy and dirty actions, they turned Tobuck into a republic, and fighting each other for the control of the city. Among all of the competitors who tried to seize Tobuck, an Equestrian gun runner, Pea Shooter, had won the game. Before Zarantia's return, he made a deal with Agulid Mekyord to borrow Tobuck for 1 year. And after that, well, he wouldn't care. Tobuck is the graveyard of all empires. No pony cares, no griffin desires. Welcome to Tobuck, Sadi.